Part 1. The Awakening. I woke up drenched in sweat again. These nightmares, they're like nothing I've ever experienced. They started a few months ago, just vague images and disjointed voices, the kind of stuff you'd forget as soon as you wake up. But lately, it's been the same dream every night, growing more vivid and terrifying. Last night, though, something changed. I wasn't just an observer. I became him. I was trapped in his body, reliving his final moments. I keep thinking that maybe writing this down will end the nightmares. Maybe if I share this story, the terror will finally let me go. I don't need to tell you who I am. That doesn't matter. All that matters is what happened that night. When I came to, the first thing I noticed was the darkness. My eyes strained against it, struggling to make out my surroundings. But as my senses returned, I realized the true horror. I couldn't move. I was bound to a chair, my wrists tied tightly behind my back. My head throbbed with the worst pain I'd ever felt, and then I heard it, a voice, cold and unfamiliar. "Finally awake, huh? I was starting to think you wouldn't make it." "Who's there?" I managed to croak, my voice thick with confusion and fear. "What's going on? Where am I?" The man chuckled, a sound that sent chills down my spine. "Look at you, all scared and confused. Just a kid, huh? Well, don't worry. You're not going anywhere." "Please," I begged, my voice breaking. "I don't know who you are or what you want, but I swear I won't tell anyone. Just let me go." The man sighed, as if he was disappointed. "You're half right. You won't tell anyone. But there's a problem." He stepped into the faint light that was starting to creep into the room, and I finally saw him. He was young, maybe in his late 20s, with short black hair and a scruffy beard. He struck a lighter, and the small flame illuminated his face in flickering, eerie detail. "See this face? Memorize it because it's the last thing you'll ever see." My heart raced and I felt tears welling up. "Why are you doing this? I don't even know you." "That's the point," he said, almost bored. "You were just the first unlucky soul I came across. There's no grand reason. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm just bored. Does it matter?" He disappeared into the shadows for a moment, then reappeared with a bucket. He placed it in front of me and sat down, almost casually, as if we were about to have a conversation. "So, you want a motive? Fine. I'm doing this because I can. Because I want to see what happens when a life ends right in front of me. How's that for a reason?" I could barely process what he was saying. My vision blurred as tears streamed down my face. "Please, don't do this. I don't want to die." The man ignored my pleas, reaching behind his back to produce a knife. The blade glinted in the dim light, sending waves of panic through me. "You're going to die here, kid, and I'm going to watch every second of it." "No, please!" I screamed, thrashing against the ropes with everything I had. The chair creaked under the strain, but the bonds wouldn't budge. In desperation, I snapped my teeth at him when he tried to grab my head. "You little bastard!" he snarled, punching me hard across the face. Pain exploded in my skull, and I barely registered him grabbing my hair, pulling my head back. Then, I felt the cold steel against my throat, and a sharp, agonizing pain as the blade sliced through my flesh. "I should stab you in the face for that," he muttered, watching the blood spill from my neck. "But I think I'll just leave you here to bleed out. Enjoy your last moments, kid." As the darkness closed in around me, I could feel the life draining from my body. My heart raced uncontrollably, and I could barely breathe. Sweat poured down my face, mixing with the tears and blood. I tried to stay awake, to fight the inevitable. But my strength was fading fast. My body began to shiver uncontrollably as the cold set in. My vision dimmed, and my thoughts became muddled. I knew I was dying, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. My name was Alex Greer, and I was only 17 years old.